Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the 21 questions makeup tag. This was created by Allie Glines and I just saw my friend Charlotte Holdcroft do it, so I thought, you know what, I am going to do it as well. I will leave both of their channels in the description box below, but without further ado, let's start off with question number 1. What is the oldest makeup product in your collection? Now I immediately knew it had to have come from MAC. That is where most of my makeup, like the things that I have kept in my collection anyway. I definitely started in drugstore, but then when I really got into makeup, I was really into MAC. So I started digging through, and I was actually, I'm doing a whole collection video. It's just taking me longer than I had anticipated. And I was going through and I found these two products, and then I was like, which one is older? So I had to look up the MAC Archie's Girl collection as well as the Antonio Lopez collection. Both of these were released in 2013. I'm going to just quickly show you the Archie's Girl palette. This is what it looks like right here. This one though was at the beginning of 2013. This one was at the end, and this palette is actually awful. But I really liked the artwork, and again, I was collecting and I was getting really excited about makeup, and I believe there was a teal one there. The teal one is the one that I actually wanted, but this was all that was left, so I was like, I'll take it. It is the Antonio Lopez 6 Eyes Violet palette, and I keep it because memories, just because of memories. You see this? Yeah, this the color story is beautiful, but it just performs terribly, and not because it's old. It performed terribly when I got it. But, purples are hard, what can I say? But I keep this because I will always remember me going into MAC, and my experiences in the very beginning are very, very vivid to me. So my oldest product is this one, but both of those are definitely the oldest that I have in my collection now. Number 2, what is your most recent makeup purchase? Let me actually go grab it. All 3 of these came in the mail today, and I will be using them tomorrow. All right, so I've already opened and done a little sneaky peeky, but this is the Cafe Marc Jacobs Omega ×3 palette, and it's the shade 200 Tantastic Glow. Yeah, at first I thought I said gold. I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. This is the palette. It definitely gives me the vibes of the Tom Ford palettes. It smells like coconut. Not Tom Ford. Marc Jacobs definitely likes his coconut, and unfortunately there's a ton of it in this, but I'm still gonna try it out. It's the Cafe Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Caffeine Concealer and Foundation. So foundation and concealer in one, and I believe I got a really good shade. So this is it. It looks lighter because of the frosted glass, but I'm going to be testing this out tomorrow. And then along with that, it's just right here. I was like, how did I lose it? I just got it. I purchased another backup. I know I said another. That's because I just opened my backup that I had of the mascara, so I needed another one. I love this mascara. It is from Bite Beauty, and it's the Upswing Full Volume Mascara. So those 3 things came in the mail today from Sephora. Question number 3. What is the first makeup product you ever used? To my recollection, as far back as I can remember, it was back when I wasn't supposed to be wearing makeup. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, but I would sneak it, and technically I snuck it and stole it from my sister. So her foundation stick would slowly go down a little faster than it should, and we were definitely not the same complexion. But it was back when Max Factor, like the stick, I don't think it's sold here in the US anymore. I think it's still being made, I think. But that was the very first foundation or makeup product that I ever used, before mascara, before everything, because when I was in my teens, I had a lot of acne, and it was really It's a big self-conscious thing for me when I was in school. It's like I was the only one. Nobody around me suffered with it. And it's just, I put that stick all over my face and I would rub it in with my hands. It looked a hot mess. I can't even imagine. Like, I feel like people in school these days have YouTube and tutorials and nobody goes through the awkward stages. Let me tell you, I have plenty of awkward stages. And I was also on the basketball team, and the foundation I don't know if it was because of the shade or the flashback, but I looked like a ghost. So I didn't even take it down my neck. It would just be all around my face, just rubbed in, whatever. And I looked like a ghost. Question number 4. What is a makeup trend that you used to love but now hate? Heavy contouring. And let me tell you, I loved it. I had the NARS Ida brush and everything. I used to use MAC taupe. I love just like sculpting out my cheekbones. I actually have a pretty natural, my cheekbones, especially in different angles and whatnot, are a little bit more defined as it is. And I would take this NARS Ida brush, MAC taupe, and I would just, oh my gosh, and I would do it after my bronzer. If I can find a picture, I will insert it, and I'm telling you, it wasn't cute, but I used to love it. I wanted all the contour, all the highlight, everything on my cheeks, but really it was about that contour. I was all about that contour life, and now I can put gray tones on my face, and sometimes people really like it, and they love the sculpted look on me, but I naturally come down a little bit right here, and then as soon as I add in that gray, it's just like, I don't know, it is so, it gets to be pretty intense. And even if I do it correctly by someone's standards or whatever, I still don't like it on myself. If I keep it really far back and then blend it out with a bronzer to where you can almost not see it at all, which is more so the purpose. It's okay, but it's like, not into it. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Number 5 is, what is a makeup trend that you used to hate but now love? Actually, cream products. I got this in the mail yesterday. I love this. So I've been enjoying more cream blushes, cream highlights. This is the AURIC Glow Lust in, I think it's Selenite. I have Morganite as well, but this one's definitely more just like a lit from within, more of my skin tone with a softer highlight, whereas Morganite is more intense. And I think that if I wanted to, I could mix the two and it'd be, but I really love this. I love the cream highlights. I love cream blushes. Finding ones that work with my skin type. I am combo. I do have larger pores that I like to minimize as much as possible. I'm one of those people that like to mattify everything and then go in and add the glow, or I like to do my foundation, mattify, and then add cream products on top. But I've really, really, really been enjoying cream products, but it's been a little bit more of a struggle to find ones that truly work for my skin, but it's something I am really getting into. And if I can figure out how to go powder free, I don't know if it'll happen, but I am interested in trying that out. 6 reads, what is your favorite step in your makeup routine? Mascara. I can sit here all day long and just put on mascara, but the funny thing is, if it's a mascara that I have to do that with, I don't like it. So if I feel like I have to put in that effort and I have to work really hard to make it look good, I don't like it. But putting on mascara that just is a good mascara, I love that. I love the difference it makes in my eyes, everything. Kelsey has laughed at me. Several people have laughed at me if like I've been on Marco Polo or something. They're like, are you still putting on mascara? I'm like, yes, because I want it to be like perfect. I want my lashes to go a certain way. I am so weird about it, but I thoroughly enjoy it. This question isn't in there, but if I had to tell you something that I hate doing, it's actually my brows. I hate doing my brows, and I don't even have to do that much to them. And I don't know if you guys noticed, I went from like super bushy and feathery to thin, and now I'm growing them back out like somewhere in the middle. I don't know, I just don't like messing with them. I wish that all my makeup could come off and my brows would just stay, the gel would stay in there. I don't know, something about doing my brows irks my nerves. Number 7, what is a makeup product you can't live without. And I've said this a million times, and I'm telling you, if they get rid of this, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I am going to do. It's the MAC Skin Refine Zone. I have been using this ever since I found it back when I was working at MAC. It is one of the things that I have used the longest in my makeup life. This goes on my pores. It helps hold on to the primer that I put on top of that. And I don't necessarily need to have a primer on top of it. It does help smooth things out. And if I want it to be a little bit more natural and not as smooth right here, smooth but not like perfected, I would just use this. But this helps to control the oil. It has a little bit of salicylic acid, something like that. It's lower in the ingredient deck, and it will gently exfoliate. It's been kind of up in the air as to whether or not that actually does happen, but I spoke about it recently where there were some studies done that would actually suggest that it does. And I have had a facial or two, and they've all said that my pores are super, super clean. So, I mean, that's got to do something. It has to have a part of it, but that is something that I just can't live without. If the day comes to where MAC says, you know what, we're gonna do away with MAC Skin Refine Zone, how long does this booger last? Let me think. It lasts 24 months after opened. I'm gonna buy a lot. What sparked your love for makeup? So this is actually something I could say several things. I got into makeup because a lot of you know I have EDS. I didn't know I had it at the time, but I've had several joint surgeries. I messed up my shoulder. I used to paint. I used to do interior design. I used to do a lot of things just art related. And then when I couldn't do that anymore because my shoulder is just it's messed up royally, I picked up makeup brushes and I was able to create art on my face. And if you go back further on my Instagram page, you'll see more artsy type of makeup looks. But then that definitely sparked my interest as far as the art side of it, but also I was still struggling with acne and issues with my skin, and nothing was helping. And I will just never forget the day where Puffin sat down and said, hey, go to a makeup counter and get help. Because whatever I was using, I didn't know anything about ingredients at the time. I didn't know anything about what type of makeup I was using, whether that was breaking me out. And I think it was, you know, especially with the knowledge that I have now. I'm not going to, you know, shame any brands, but I went to MAC. I actually went to a few other counters first, but I went to MAC, and the way it made me feel, I had less makeup on my face and I felt more confident. And the way that they just did everything, they were talking to me, it sparked like the art and the confidence came together for me. And it's been nonstop ever since. And then I ended up getting a job at that actual counter that I had that amazing experience at. Number 9, what's the worst makeup look you've ever done? Now, when I read this question, I was like, I knew I had answered this before. So I went digging. I was like, I know I've talked about this. And it was a tag that Kelsey had created. It's not the same as this. It was a different, everything was different except for these 2 questions, I think. But in that video, I'm gonna link it. I think it was the glow up tag that Kelsey Brianna Bay, she created. And I answered it, and it was a makeup look on myself. This time I want to talk about a makeup look that I had done on someone else. I was working at MAC, and this is when I first started. And I don't know why I hold on to this. I don't think I'll ever forget it. I will never forget it. It was a Black woman. She actually worked at, oh, I feel so bad. Like I'm imagining that she went home and just wiped this off. So she had seen me do work on several other people before. She's like, Mel, do my makeup. I have this event, whatever. I nailed the skin. I'm telling you, skin was good. But for whatever reason, I messed up the eye like nobody's business. I did her eye like I would have done mine and used transitions and shades like that that just were not for her complexion. I don't know why it clicked with me sooner, complexion on the actual face, but the eyes, no, that took a little bit more work for me to start to understand and things to use and all of this. It did. I don't know why you would think it would be backwards, but it wasn't. And I put this silver smoky eye, and when I say like I used something like Omega. If you know what that shade is, You want to slap me. You want to slap me right now. Yeah. It was a silver smoky eye, but it was done like I would have done it on myself. And it could have been absolutely gorgeous had I had more knowledge. If I could go back and do it again, oh, I wish I could. I really wish I could, because I hate that I did that to her. Okay. What is your favorite makeup look you've ever done? So yes, it was these two questions, and I don't have a different answer for this. I'm going to insert the picture. This is what I love. If you ask me what I love to do, if it has nothing to do with YouTube and tutorials or anything like that, I love to teach. And I love art. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about picking up a makeup brush and creating art on my face. No one's gonna, want to wear this. I mean, some people might, but most of the time people are not gonna want to wear something like this out. I would create these looks and just play with pigments and different textures and the red and the silver and everything in this look. I miss it. I miss it all the time. And my daughter Cadence, the swatch arm, as you guys know her, she tells me a lot. She's like, you really should sit down and play more. I was like, I know. Can't find the time. And I really should find the time. I really should, because it's, I don't know, avant-garde. It's fun. It's just different. I love that. That's always, I think, going to be my favorite until it's topped, and I have not topped that. What is your favorite drugstore makeup? This is question number 11. Hot Jalapeno from e.l.f. It came to me immediately as soon as I read this question. I just remember my experience with that palette. I paired it with one of the bite-size shadows from from e.l.f. and I can't remember which one it was, and if I find the picture I will insert it, but I loved these bite-size shadows from e.l.f. and especially the Hot Jalapeno one. It's so good. Number 12, what is your favorite Splurge makeup item? And you guys might be shocked. You're probably thinking I'm gonna pull out an eyeshadow palette or a brush. I could tell you my favorites. Ooh, that's a video. My favorite Splurge items from every category. I need to write that down. Okay, it is this powder from SISLEY. Originally, my favorite was the original La Mer powder, but this is definitely taken over. I feel like it perfects my skin. It gives me the matte, velvety texture that I want, but also the radiance. It's a 95 doll hair powder, but you cannot take it from me. I love this. It's something that I repurchase all the time, and if I had to just think about my favorite Splurge makeup item, it's this. Question number 13. What is your most repurchased makeup product? That's easy. I was initially thinking that it would be the MAC Skin Refine Zone, but I was like, no, it takes longer to go through that than it does the mascara. This I've been using since, again, the beginning of my MAC days, and I was 26 or 27 when I started at MAC, and I'm 34 now, and this has just been repurchased, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. It's the GIGABLACK. I don't even think they make the other version anymore. The only difference was the GIGABLACK was darker, but yeah, that's definitely my most repurchased. What is your earliest makeup memory? This is question number 14. Watching my mom do her makeup in the mirror. She sat in her sink, and I always loved, like, she made these facial expressions after every time. So she would put on her shadow, and she kind of thing with her cheeks, and then she'd kind of look down and look at it. Watching her, and just, I don't know, she looks so sophisticated, and I loved seeing her do it. I don't know if I've ever even told her about that. I think I have. But every time I see her in her, I used to sit in the sink as well to do my makeup before I had my knee replacement. Now my knee won't bend far enough for me to get in the sink. But yeah, watching her do her makeup in the sink and her facial expressions. Like, I could cry just thinking about it. I'm getting all teary-eyed. Okay. Number 15. What is your favorite place to shop for makeup? Right now, I'm shopping online, and so, like, everywhere. But if I had to say a store that I like to shop the most at online, it would be Sephora. And then in person, is Nordstrom. Now, I would love to be able to branch out and go to like Saks and go to Neiman's and all these other places, but I really love going to Nordstrom because of all the higher end luxury items that you see and you can touch. Well, you used to be able to do. It's not something I can do right now, but in store, I love going to Nordstrom and going and looking at Tom Ford and Chantecaille and SISLEY and Charlotte Tilbury and just all of that. And just, oh, I miss it. I miss it a lot. Number 16. What is the most underrated makeup product you own? This took me a minute to think about, but I just don't think enough people know about this. It doesn't matter that it's in my description box every day, because I use it every day, or that I talk about it until I'm blue in the face. This. BECCA's Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. You don't need much. You really do not need much of this, but I'm telling you, the difference is night and day. This is a brand new one. Swirl your finger around in there a couple. You don't need to see the product on your finger. Then just dab it underneath your eye. Do the same thing to the opposite. I like to do this, and then if I'm doing my makeup off camera, I will do my brows first. I outline or clean up my brow, and then I apply this, and then I prime my eyes, and then I do the rest of my makeup. So I give it a little bit of time to kind of set in. This really helps to smooth the under eye. It makes a huge difference. If you use too much, it's gonna be slippery, it's gonna create a mess, it can make things ball up. You have to use the perfect amount, and then if you don't use enough, then you're not going to see the benefits. But that is an item that I think is absolutely underrated. Number 17 reads, what is the most overrated makeup product that I still own? I put still in there, it's just you own. I still have this only because of the artwork, and it is the Melt Gemini palette. I think this is so overhyped. I'm sorry. I think it is overhyped. The stack formula is so much better in my personal opinion, and the metallics in this palette, they come off in sheets. I can make this palette work, I can, but I just think it's absolutely overrated. I just love the artwork. The artwork is gorgeous. The palette, I love the colors, but it could be so much better. Number 18, what is a discontinued makeup product you wish would come back? Solitaire de Chanel. The original. I know that they have come out with another one. I think it's terrible. I think it's horrendous. All they needed to do was add some more shades and not change the formula. That is something that I wish would come back, especially now that I'm really loving cream products. That is the bee's knees of cream bronzers, and I would love for it to come back in the original formula and add more shades. That's it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you. And in advance, because I know you're going to listen to me. Number 19, where do you go for your makeup inspiration? I go on Instagram, and I have several people that really inspire me, but I have to tell you the top two, Linda Hallberg and Danessa Myricks. I am absolutely, utterly in love with their work. Watching Danessa, oh my gosh, the textures, the color, everything, so beautiful. And Linda Hallberg, I mean, these women are amazing. I aspire to be on that level. I don't know that that will ever happen, but they are very inspirational to me. Number 20, we're getting close to the end. What do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? I would love to see less product pushing and less makeup releases, meaning from the brand. So quit coming out. I'm just gonna say, I'm not calling ColourPop out. I'm just saying as an example, ColourPop has a really great brand. And the thing is, like, I feel like I can't keep up, so I'm not purchasing as much. And I can't even get a review out to you guys as like I want to. So I wish that would just stop. You know, just the money grabs, the pushing, the constant releases from the same brands over and over again. And the last question, number 21, what do you hope to see more of in makeup's future? I would love to see brands have more representation, show more representation. I think especially in the last few years, voices have become more and more loud, and I just would love to see makeup brands start to listen and start to try. Just at least try. Anywho, beauties, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Make sure you check out Allie and Charlotte. They are linked down below, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.